Then, like a week or two after what happened, I started having contractions. I was 20, going to turn 24 weeks because it was the day before turning 24 weeks. Um, the thing is that the doctor also prescribed me medication for contractions because I was having contractions way before 20 weeks. I was having contractions around 17 weeks, which is not normal for me because with my son I did had contractions, but they were not as strong as how I felt them when I was like 17 weeks and then 24 weeks or 23, almost 24 weeks. And all of a sudden, I just went out. I was going to bed. So I was going to bed. I was feeling okay. And I told my husband, you know what? I was like, I feel kind of like weird. I feel like my stomach hurts. I feel like having diarrhea, and that's how contractions are. Having the urge to poop, I can say. Too much information, but you don't have to poop. It's just like the sensation of it, having like an upset stomach. So I told my husband, you know what, like I feel like I'm like my stomach is getting hard, and I feel like I need to go to the bathroom, and I was having the chills. So what I did, it was I took one dose of the medication that they prescribed me. It's called Procardia. That one, it's a medication for high blood pressure, but also it's to ease and to relax the uterus, so you can stop having contractions. So I took my medication before going to bed, my labetalol. Then I woke up again with the contractions. I drank the Procardia. The contractions went down, they stopped, but then after an hour taking the medication, I started having the contractions again. So the doctor told me that I was only able to take one dose every 6 hours. So as soon as I stopped, I started having the contractions all over again. I went again, and I woke up my husband. I told him, you know what, like I can't handle this, because I was having the contractions like every 10 to 15 minutes, which is not normal. So we went to the hospital, and we went straight out to labor and delivery. And I told them what was going on. I told them that I drank the medication, and I was admitted like this. I was hooked up really quick, and they were checking my contractions, and they were like, I was having contractions. They were like, just let me know when you have one, because you know how when you get hooked up and start moving the monitors around, the thing picks up all the movement. So there's one for contractions, and there's one for the heartbeat, for the baby's heartbeat. And that's the other thing, they couldn't find the heartbeat because my baby is breached. So that's the other thing. And I also have placenta anterior, which is that my placenta, it's in front of my belly, so I can feel I can feel the baby moving, of course, but the movements are not too high. Like I cannot feel it on my belly, like straight out how I feel it with my son, but I just feel her super low, like from side to side. I will always feel her side to side. So because I think she's laying like this horizontally. So, and I also feel her a lot on my bladder. So she's always like pushing on my bladder every time I have to pee, every single time. So the thing is that that's what they were asking me, like, if you have a contraction, let me know so you can go ahead and we can go ahead and time them. So well, they were taking my vitals, they were asking me what's going on, like all my health history, even though they should have it. They asked me, so I was having contractions, and I was telling them, yeah, I had contractions like every 15 to 20 minutes. They were not as strong, but they were strong. So I was having contractions like pretty often, from 15 to 20 minutes. They were timing them, and the duration of the contractions were like 10 seconds for each contraction. So the length of the contractions, and they were like, we cannot, it's too early for you to have a baby, because the percentage of having the baby born at this time, it's of 0%, from 50 to 0% chances of survival. So I was like, again, I was so worried, because I mean, like, I don't want my baby to be born like premature and be a baby that is not gonna be able or capable to survive, even though taking the baby to the NICU, or you know, like having the baby on life support or something, like, you know, it's scary to even think about it. So what they did is that they gave me the same medication, the Procardia. They gave me 2 doses, and then they gave me 3 doses. And what they did is that, I'm sorry, what they did was that after the 3rd dose, the contractions were gone, but they told me that if anything happens again, like if I would get the contractions all over again, I could only drink the pill 6 hours after the last dose that they gave me. So to keep doing that, like to take the medication, like each dose every 30 minutes, and after the second dose, wait 6 hours and take the other one if I will have more contractions, and so on. If I keep having contractions after taking the pills and blah blah, just to go back. But since then, like since I got out of the hospital, that was I turned 24 weeks I'm sorry, I was 23 weeks and 5 days when I got to the hospital that day. I was gonna turn 24 weeks on Wednesday. So that was on a Monday, and I turned 24 weeks on Wednesday. So the thing is that the contractions never stopped. They are not as strong as they were, but I'm still having contractions, and I keep drinking the medication. And the reason I haven't go back to the labor and delivery is because of the fact that they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna keep giving me like the medication, and that's all they're gonna do. And if anything, I will have to deliver the baby as an emergency C-section or emergency, or I don't know, but I will have to deliver the baby if I keep having the contractions. I think I don't think that will happen, but if it does happen, it actually will scare me a lot because I'm thinking about at least being 28 weeks, even though like a baby born before 37 weeks, it's like baby born before 38 weeks, sorry, it's like being a premature baby, having a premature baby, and that means having a baby in the NICU. So the thing is that I don't want that. So I'm just being really, really cautious. I'm trying to take one day at a time, and I'm actually like trying to relax, to not have a lot of pressure on myself, because that also affects my my well-being. The fact that my blood pressure can turn high, my contractions can get worse, And the things that, thank God I wasn't dilated. My cervix was closed. And also I wasn't, they did like all type of exams. They did this exam that would check for preterm labor, which it came out back negative, which I knew. I don't think I was not having preterm labor, but some people can feel it, some people cannot. So I wasn't thinking of having preterm labor. But yeah, like that's all they told me. They told me to drink a lot of fluids. They told me to time my contractions if they were really often and take my medication. And that was pretty much it. But that's one of the updates. Maybe it was a little bit like crazy. But the things that I'm trying to just take one day at a time. That's it. I'm trying to relax. That's all I want to do. And even though it's a little bit hard with a toddler, and it's hard to be to not be really active. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like I haven't been active because I feel super tired with this pregnancy. I've been always tired. I'm already on my 3rd trimester, and I haven't been like I haven't felt like going out and doing exercise or walk around. With my son, it was a little bit different. With my son, I was working. I work until I turned 30 weeks, I think. Well, I think I worked until I was 7 months. That's all. And my last month, I spent it at home because I was having a little bit of complications with him as well, but not as bad as this one. So maybe that's why I was a little bit more active. So anyways, I will try to keep you guys updated more often, but I just need you guys to bear with me because it has been super hard to do videos. One, because I feel so like exhausted. Sometimes I just go drop off my son from school, and I just come home and lay down or eat and lay down. And I think even like sleeping over makes me more tired. I don't know, but the thing is that I want to be more active on recording videos and letting you guys how everything is going on. But yeah, like I hope you guys understand and I hope you guys I hope to keep you guys updated, okay? So I will see you on the next video, okay? Bye.